Hello, welcome to Gypsy Queen. Today we will be talking about how to rid ourselves of demonic entities. I have some notes here, so if I look down, that is what I am doing. All right, but starting off, demonic entities. What are they? Where do they come from? And are they all bad? Can some be good? Let's see. So, demonic entities. Demonic entities in history have been written as all evil, as the entities that make things go bad in our lives, make us maybe pop a tire or things like that. Just things that you got to be kidding me about, things like that. But it goes deeper, it goes a little bit deeper. One, not all demonic entities are bad. Actually, demonic entities are also, as we know, as druids. They were one of the first entities before humans, and they live with, and honestly, they're everywhere, to be frankly honest. But they do live and serve in the Devi community, which is Gaia. So the birds, the trees, the bees, all of that nature, they serve to protect her, to work with her, and to keep things in a healthy balance in the world. There are some bad ones. There are ones that will drain you, will keep you in a lower vibration so that they can feed off of you. When you are in a higher vibration, it is much, much harder for a demonic energy entity to put its grasp on you, if you will, and use you for your energy. Um, how? How do you pick up such a thing? Let's say we are laughing, hitting, chopping it up with our friends, and we're doing jokes. And somebody says something that gets to you. It was all jokes and fun, but something they may not know or whatever, and it got to you. So inside, we're sitting there and we are just letting it festering. It's festering, it's festering, it's festering. We feel it on the inside and it's making us angry. Now in our mind, it's no longer a game. Okay, and we say something back that is, maybe we sound like we're still playing or whatever, but deep down we know we're about to say something that's really gonna hurt their feelings because we're not playing no more. We trying to get back at them. At that moment, you kind of leave yourself susceptible to lower level entities as well as energies that resonate with the energy that made you bite back at them purposefully to hurt them. At that moment, let's say they are energy, are a person that has had a demonic entity on them for years. That's another thing I want to put out there. This is something that has been prevalent in society and the world for a very long time. So please do not attach any fear to this topic because it's something we've all been living with. We just maybe didn't have any knowledge or, yes, knowledge of what was going on as well as how to fix it and to rid ourselves of it. So back to the story. Let's say this person has a demonic entity attached to them for a while. When you bite, if you will, at them, and it makes you feel good. Like, soon as everybody's like, "Oh," it's like, okay, now like you feel good, you feel better, you don't feel hurt from that comment they made to you. So now you're in it. If they or anyone in that area had a demonic entity on them, that's exactly what they like. They like that deep down, I'm trying to be very specific with my words. They like that, I kind of want to just label it as like that disrespectful, low, like fuck you type of energy. They like that because anyone who, when we are willing to flow in that energy, that low frequency, um, that is like a playground for demonic entities. And when we opened ourselves to be susceptible to it, not by saying what we said, but by letting ourselves get so riled up and so angry at it that we aren't true to ourselves. Because instead of, like maybe pulling out of that conversation because your feelings got hurt, I'd be like, I'm done with this. You chose to attack back. You chose to go to that ugly place, if you will, in us. That is what made you susceptible to it. So now that you are susceptible, that entity can jump over into you. And let's say, okay, that entity jumps over into you. Now everybody's laughing. Ooh, now you feel geared up. It's like you just got this energy about you. You feel pumped. You feel roused. You feel good. That's not just you. That's now you and that demonic entity that has found another home to feed him that cutthroat, just kind of negative energy. All right, that is a way of how a demonic entity can jump from one being to another. Um, how to rid. Topic of the subject, topic of the video. How to rid yourself. Okay, one way is a ritual bath, a bath soaking with herbs to draw out and pull just what that is. And there are herbs for everything, and there are herbs also for that as well. Second is tree hugging. As I spoke before, Daemons are also druids, and druids come from the trees. They are amongst the trees. And again, I want to really put out there that all demonic entities are not bad. So please do not attach fear to that name. Tree hugging. You can, to rid yourself of a demonic entity, you can go to a tree and open yourself up to that tree. Just how we kind of like talk about like hippies of tree hugging, it's the real thing. There's many ways to do it. One, you can sit on the roots of a tree and picture, it's going to take some work, picture yourself becoming one with that tree, breathing and consciously in your mind ask the tree for its assistance to take back anything that is not naturally of you and to rid you of anything that is not serving you. So that would just look like you can sit straight up and put your back against the tree and sit like this and quiet your mind as quiet as you can get it and think those words that you want to open yourself up to this tree so that it can flush you, if you will, and take out all that does not serve you, all that is not feeding good into you, and replace it with what just is natural nature energy. Last, lastly, not least, for more um, experienced practitioners, there is sex magic. Sex magic, tantric energy is a very, very, very powerful energy that we can use to not only bring things into our life, but also to rid things out of our lives. Again, I say I leave this one for more experienced practitioners. With both parties, big thing to let all parties know in this sexual exchange what is going on and what is the intent for this sexual intercourse, which would be ridding yourself of any demonic entities. And the entire time while you are having sex, I want you to picture that. Picture what you are doing in your mind. Everything that we do is all empowered and strengthened by our mind. We are our minds. So I want you to picture yourself becoming one, because one, that is what sex is. You are energetically exchanging energy. You are energetically becoming one with each other. So picture yourself becoming one. And when you get to the climax of it, when it starts to feel good, I want you to use that energy and picture yourself cleaning yourself, cleaning the entire org, cleaning your entire org field, and just feeling it and feeling it and feeling it and feeling it with all that building up sexual energy that you are creating. Picture it filling up your org field and purging it. I would say to let the build up to fill up both of your entire org field. And when it comes to the climax part, try your hardest. I know it feels good at times, but try your very hardest to picture that energy busting and breaking and cracking every entity energy that does not serve you in that work field that you have worked so hard to build, to breaking away and being no more. That's it. After, I extremely recommend to clean your area, clean your sheets, your room, sage, Palo Santo, whatever works for you is your best method of cleaning, as well as to clean all parties that were in it. And I want to kind of give more information on that as well. You are not, at this point, you are no longer cleaning that entity. That entity is gone. You are cleaning the remnants of it. You are cleaning, think of it as the residue. The residue. If I'm a kid and I'm eating all over the place or whatever, once I leave, if I made any mess while I was there, that mess is still going to be there. And no, it cannot. It's just best to clean, you know, what you're cleaning up after. Also, cleaning cleaning you and your partner just in a bath, shower, and to go into that shower and bath with the intention of just cleansing off and cleaning any old residue, any old negative energy, anything that was left behind from that entity. And picture you being a new you, because that's what you'll be. Okay. What are some symptoms of having a demonic entity in us? A big one is anger. Anger, anger, anger. It is a very low vibrational emotion, and it is a very powerful emotion as well. So you find yourself, you just can't beat this anger, like everyone knows themselves. So this is something that you have to know for yourself. You know how you are and how you act normally. And if you just, people who you normally always have patience with, you don't care. You don't want to deal with them. Just, you have that anger you cannot beat. That could be a symptom. That's not saying that if you are an angry being that you have a demonic entity attached to you. Again, I want to put that out there. There's no fear attached to this. All right, second, can't quiet your mind, meditation. If you are a normal meditator if you will begin to learn your own frequency and your own feel of when you are inside of you. Um, when you have a demonic entity, oftentimes you cannot create silence because they don't want you to. Because if you were to create silence in yourself, then you would be able to see that there was something present, if you will, that's not supposed to be there. So when you're in that meditation, there's always something just comes up, something aggravates you, something annoys you, something you feel like you just got to give energy to in this moment because it's just there. That's a symptom. That could be that. And last but not least, shit keeps hitting the fan in your life. Like shit just keeps going wrong. That tire blows out. You lose your job. Um, you lose money. This bills due. That not anything that is not out of the normal, but things that kind of like when we get that energy of can anything else go wrong? That kind of energy. And again, I would like to say not just one of these symptoms, it will be really, it will be all three. It really, really will. Especially if you are a normal meditator, you will feel the before. If you knew yourself before you picked up this demonic entity, after you will notice that it's not as easy as it was before to just be and to quiet your mind. Um, that's a big one if you are a normal meditator. Um, all right, what do we do after we rid ourselves of this entity? One, we be on the lookout. Be on the lookout from the source. A source can be person, place, or thing. Most common is person and place. Most common is person because all energies, everything that breathes, lives, is treat, everything that is living um, needs energy to keep it going. So oftentimes entities like these like to think of it as a parasite. It likes to attach itself to something that is a living thing because you are a limited resource of energy. So people are the biggest holders of demonic entities. It will be the person that was a source will be you feel it. I would say trust your intuition. Truly, truly, truly. Now that you have the eyes for it, you, whether you are conscious to it or not, will be more open to seeing where this came from. Because when it is internal in us and it's been there for a while, we begin to believe that it is us that is making us act this way or that's just how I am. We like to say that that's just one of my ways. Well, one of your ways may be another entity. It's true. Oh, okay. So this person that is the source it won't be a high vibrational being. I can tell you that. It won't be. Place, there are places that hold a lot of these entities, and it would be lower vibrational places like maybe a club or just where the nitty gritty goes down at. That's a place that, could maybe have them roaming around, if you will. But you always have to give it an opening for it to ever have a way in. So remember that you it's not as easy, if you will, to pick up an entity. So I don't want anyone to have any fear to this happening to them accidentally just because they walked into the wrong bar or club or place. That's not what I'm saying here. Also, thing. Yes, it is possible. It's very rare, but it is possible for things like the movie Annabelle, where the doll had the entity inside of it. That is a possibility of where an entity could be. Um, All right, so this is what we are looking for after we rid ourselves of this entity. Put some protections up in place after. After, again, depending on how long this entity has been with you, our mind has assumed all this time that that was us. So when we think that something was us or is us, that makes us more susceptible to it to come back. Because, okay, let's say I've been angry, angry, angry for this last week because I've had an entity attached to me. I cleanse myself, I get rid of it, and I don't I don't cleanse my home. I don't cleanse my place of living after it. And I stump my toe, just a normal occurrence, and I stump my toe when I get angry. Okay, now I get angry and I'm like, fuck, and I just let it build all over again because I've been angry this past week, and I just think that's me. That's where I'm at. I'm angry right now. I have now allowed an opening for that exact same entity to come back because I think that that energy is mine still. But remnants of this entity could possibly just still be in my house if I did not clean after I ridded myself of this. So I really strongly, strongly want to suggest to cleanse your place. And if you are in this spiritual journey, I'm sure you know the basics of just cleaning, whether that's Palo Santo, Saging, even I was no, yeah, things of that sort. Cleaning, spiritual cleansing tools will get the job done. Um, Definitely. Okay, yes. So I back to protection. Call in protections after you do this. The easiest is to call on your ancestors for protection, and that would simply look like I call forth. I always close my eyes because it is a personal thing for me, but it would be like I call forth my ancestors to protect me from myself, maybe, as well as any outside energies that I have just cleansed and purged myself of. I call on you to keep me clean, and I say thank you. Simple as that. Our ancestors are always listening and here with us, and they just need you to call on them for them to know what you would like to do, what you would like them to do, and how they can help. Another one of a protection is one, if you are in the spiritual journey, you should probably already have some protection ways of your own. Another one is to call on any deity or God that you believe in to protect you, and that would just be the same way. I call on my protection. I call on Blase such and such. I ask you to protect me from any entities or energies that I have just rid myself of, and to maybe keep me in a high vibration as I am cleansing and clearing my place of its old remnants. And that would be it. So that is it. Oh, also, I did want to put in with the bathing. If you are close to, if you live by the coast, beaches are a wonderful place to purge and cleanse yourself of anything. Um, the same with a bath. I would suggest, not suggest, I say to submerge your full body into the water. And you don't need herbs because you have the best herbs in the world. You have Mama Gia, and ask her, speak to her, and just maybe a quick prayer to ask her to rid you of anything, any entity and energies that do not serve you, and dunk yourself. That's that simple. Dunk yourself and know that when you come out of that water that you are leaving everything that did not serve you and walking out a cleaner, higher vibrational being. But that is it on how to rid yourself of demonic entities, vampiric, all of that type of stuff entities. It works for all. Um, Please like, subscribe, and share this video to anyone that you think helpful. please comment and like and let me know how you liked it. And y'all have a